Hello there. Welcome to Vision Pros. We're joined by Riley Hill from SlatePad, and we're going to just be diving into a grab bag of different topics as we kind of go through as Upgrade calls it, the summer fun of just like sometimes stuff doesn't happen for a bit. So we're just going to go through some different things that caught our eye in the Apple Vision Pro world. And if you'd like to support this podcast, you can do so over at patreon.com/iPad Pros, which also supports my other podcast, iPad Pros, as well as Vision Pros, or you can subscribe in Apple Podcasts. And with that, here's my discussion with Riley. How you doing, Riley?
Doing well. How are you doing?
Doing good. We got a lot of fun things this past couple days here with the new beta of the Vision Pro, as well as my watch is no longer catching on fire. It's now 8:20 as we record on the day after the betas come out. My watch is at 34% without any low power mode all day long. Now this is remarkable because some days since beta 2 this started happening, where the watch could be in low power mode, when I get off the charger at whatever 7 a.m. By 11 a.m., it's at like 10%. It just nukes an Ultra 2 from 100 to nothing. And then in the summer, which is a great time for betas, since it's inductive charging, when on the hot days when it's like 90 degrees outside, it just refuses to charge because it's too hot to charge naturally.
Like,
so I'll
no
just
thanks.
I gotta bring like a ice pack to like put on top of the watch. So I'm glad the watch seems to be happy once again. So that was a good release for the watch at least. And the Vision Pro had some things we'll talk about as well. But yeah, how is summer treating you and everything?
Going pretty well. Obviously I've been mostly focused on the iPad betas, but Vision Pro has been interesting as well. It does make me wish, though, for iPads, I have more than the average person, so I have plenty I can use for betas, but there's only one Vision OS device, and it's not
Yes.
realistic to have a backup. So, like, if the beta makes it, rocky, that's all you have. That's been kind of unfortunate, but beta 4 has been really, really solid for me on the Vision Pro.
Good. Yeah, because I know I've heard from a lot of people that use Mac Virtual Display heavily that's been the rocky piece. Whether you use a beta Mac OS or not, it's just the Vision Pro acting up in that regard.
Yeah, and I didn't realize how much I used it until it was behaving so weirdly. I like to, as much as I like to be a purist, and I do feel like virtual display is something of a crutch. Um, it's needed right now for where the
Mm-hmm.
Vision app ecosystem is, and I actually do end up using it a few hours a day during the work week. So it's really kind of sucked not having that be reliable during beta 1 through 3. And
Yeah,
it's not perfect in 4, but it's definitely more usable.
that's good. Yeah, the one thing that I rely on for just entertainment wise, the Portal app has been rock solid during the beta process. So that's been a thankful relief because that's the main way I interface with my PlayStation 5 Pro. So that's been very happy with that. So yeah, overall the beta has been mostly good. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess with beta 4, the one weird thing they did with it, this might be a bug, but now when I'm like in an immersive environment, like with a movie or something, I can't look up my hand anymore to check the time or do control center. Just like it sees my
Mm.
hand, the white ghost hand, when you're in the dark room, and no control center anymore. So I hope that's a bug because I really enjoyed being able to do control center from fully immersive without having to get nuked out of that, which was a pain in prior releases.
Yeah, I think it is because I was using at least one of the environments, at least fully immersed in that respect, and things were still working. But so I
Yeah.
would imagine that's probably a bug.
Okay.
They'll get to. Um, but yeah, no, it's been. I'm kind of anxious for that the Jupiter environment to show up. It still
Yeah,
isn't.
it's still not there. They're,
Obviously
they're
they can just drop that whenever, but
Well, they're probably like, how do we fit another environment in this perfectly full grid?
oh, you're right. You're right. It is
That's probably what the delay is, honestly. Like, we can't figure this out.
waiting for
we
the
got we
design
got this
team. Yeah,
environment created. We just don't know where to put it.
that's a very good point.
I wonder if they'll combine like summer and spring light into a single thing that you can like toggle through in some way and to condense that a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, they could put that all in just one option or something. I tried one of those once and it was like, huh.
It's a little
Okay.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't use it, but it was nice to try once.
One thing I need to check. I didn't check, but I know they added with the latest iPad beta, but there's an ability now in accessibility to have the iPad tell you if someone's calling out your name. So if
Hmm.
someone's like, and you can have multiple names, so that you can have like dad, dad, and it'll say, or your first name Tim or whatever, and it'll like on the iPad tell you, hey, someone's trying to get in touch with, someone's trying to get your attention. So you
Yeah.
have noise blocking headphones on, or on the Vision Pro, you're in a fully immersive environment. I think that would be super cool because they added that to the iPad, and I assume other releases. So, and you can have different, you can have multiple names there if people call you different things. So I think that's actually a very clever idea for the sound recognition thing. Instead of just alarms, have like if you're in the zone working or whatever, you can have a way of getting out of the zone when needed.
That would actually be really useful on the Vision OS side. I found, I think it's if you're fully immersed, people are supposed to be able to break through when
Yes,
they come into the room. That does not work well for me in the slightest. I don't know why, but like it doesn't, and I'm
if
always surprised.
it's if it's too dark for me, it just won't have it. It won't work.
Yeah.
But in good lighting, it works. But I most of the time it's nighttime when I'm using it. So yeah, I turn on transparency when I'm aware that someone's in the room with me, and that's not always the case that I know.
It's a good idea.
So I finally tried the new personas.
Mhm.
In beta 4, it's asking me to capture a brand new persona yet again. So it's like, oh, let me finally do this. In beta 3, I did it, and then a couple days later, it's like, can you do that again, please? I'm actually curious to try the beta 4 capture to see if they improve things yet again, because the beta 1 through 3 really impressive. I was really blown away with what I was seeing there. It's like, oh my gosh, I wish I could export this to like
Right?
NBA 2K or something to have me. Maybe there's that'd be such a cool API for game developers to be able to tap into your persona. The thing is, they'd have to like from this be able to do the rest of your body kind of thing versus just your upper half. But yeah, it was funny. I changed I had a ratty bedtime shirt on. So let me put on a nice t-shirt and like get ready for this thing because it gets your shirt pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder. It's like I would be curious to try this. This is a weird thing to say, but I wonder how well it does shirtless with the get some chest hair in there.
Yeah.
I would be curious to see what that looks like. Actually, I wouldn't want to do that for my real persona, but how well does it capture if you don't even have a shirt on, kind of thing?
I mean, that seems like a fun app right there, just to like a persona builder or something, just something you can mess around with and
Well, you can change eyeglasses. I would love if they
yeah.
had like a way to have like different shirt options. Like, let me have my suit on for the business side of things, and then
Mhm.
personal stuff. But you can only have one persona for both personal and business. So it's like, what do you do? Yeah.
Yeah, I tried this was the first time on beta 4 I tried the new personas, and I was incredibly impressed. I was very skeptical of the WWDC video that it would be as nice as they presented, and it actually is, which goes to show you just the power of the even just the M2 chip, right, and everything
Yeah.
it has to be able to do this.
And the cameras that I thought, I still think aren't the highest quality cameras, but there's obviously something in there that's doing a pretty good job, even though, like, come on, it's low light performance could be better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And during, I really should do a full daytime capture because even with a lot of lights on in the room, it's like, it's too dark. So I was like trying to stand under the lamp in my room and stuff like that. It's like, okay, let's see what I can do here. But yeah, it really looks like me, except for a little bit thicker hair, which I appreciate.
I mean, it put like 10 years on me, but that's fine. It
Oh, it
was
made you
still
look
impressive.
older.
It did. It did. I'm a little sad about that, but that's
and
okay.
I didn't shave right before, so I had like some scrubbles there. It's like, oh, that looks actually pretty real to what I actually had at the time, which is kind of cool.
It's very
Yeah,
impressive
but
technology.
yeah, it's so good. Like, it just felt like me. And the last persona was good, but you had a little. Yeah, I'd be curious if I answered a FaceTime call, how quickly someone would know, like on their little iPhone screen. I get, and the bigger the screen, the more obvious it'd be. But I wonder, like an iPhone screen, how quickly that would be recognizable.
I think I might give my parents a heart attack if I tried that.
You're right. It's like you aged 10 years. Yeah. But yeah, we'll have to do another capture soon. And yeah, as part of this, we also have with Beta 4 priority notifications, which I remember being there in Vision OS 2. So
Yeah,
they're back, I guess. I guess they were removed temporarily because that was one of the first devices I saw that ability actually work in. And then summarize notifications are here along with the ability to have news
yeah,
summarized, and they kind of warn you, hey, this might be inaccurate. Turn it on anyways. Sure.
yeah. It seems like they just flipped the switch for, make you go through the notification onboarding again. Because yeah, you had to approve all of that. Um, Even though, like you said, I don't think the priority notifications. I don't know that they ever went away.
Yeah, they might have been there. It's just like, let's refresh you that this is a thing.
Yeah. But the new stuff is interesting. I'm hoping this came with, updates to their models as well, because it feels like if all you were going to do is just add a disclaimer, like what took 6 months or whatever it was. So I'm assuming there's going to be actual improvements, but
I
we'll
hope so.
see. I do
Yeah.
too. It was not a good look for them.
Not especially, no. So, as we record this today, Apple announced a pretty cool new thing for their Apple Care program. And we have to mention this, I think, because the Vision Pro is the single biggest beneficiary of this plan. So, this is called Apple Care One. It's $20 a month for 3 of your devices that are linked to your personal Apple ID account. So, so you can't do it across family members. So, just 3 in your own account, which for a lot of people like us, you'll probably have that. And the $20 monthly covers pretty much anything that you can get Apple Care for, and you can register devices up to 4 years after you purchase them, which is cool because my iPhone, I don't have coverage on that currently. That's less than 4 years old. It's a almost 2 year old device at this point, and that's $10 monthly if I did that with the theft protection and all that, which this Apple Care One it has theft protection, and that extends to the Apple Watch and the iPad, which previously there was no option for that either. So this is like a better version of Apple Care. But the real clincher is for Apple Vision Pro owners is I currently pay $25 a month for its Apple Care monthly. It's $250 annually or $25 monthly. I'm on the monthly plan. So just by signing up for this plan, I will be saving $5, and I can register 2 more devices that are just like bonus freebies on top of this. So like the Apple Watch Ultra 2 is $5 monthly, then the iPhone's 10, and then the $5 additional savings from the Vision Pro. I'm basically at $40 worth of coverage for 20. It's like half price for my setup there. And you can add additional devices for $6. So if you have more, if you had a couple iPads that you want covered, you can do that. Not every device this would make sense for, depending on your layout. But if a Vision Pro is in the mix, this is a really appealing price point. There are certain setups where you will be paying more with this setup, but if the Vision Pro is a part of your mix here, and it now can be for everyone because the Vision Pro is less than 4 years old, you can just add this. You're doing very good as far as being up ahead. So I'm very excited for this. This launches tomorrow, the day of this release, I should say, so July 24th. So I'll be registering everything tomorrow and saving some money and getting some new protection on devices that currently don't have protections. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I am looking at my list of Apple Care devices because most of my iPads have Apple Care
As a monthly thing?
as a monthly thing.
Okay. Because your $849 a month is what the maximum is, and that's the M4 13-inch iPad Pro.
Yeah, let's see. That it's 2 M4s. I have the M1 and the iPad Mini are all monthly.
Okay.
But yeah, then yeah, the Vision Pro,
That's the big one, yeah.
and I think that's all I care to set up. But
Yeah,
oh,
and then
oh
evidently
yeah,
headphones.
yeah, my
It's funny.
headphones.
Headphones need to be less than a year old. I guess they like know like oh AirPods they don't last more than a year before they really start breaking. So we're not gonna extend the 4 year thing to those. Why would we do that? That's really telling. Actually, it's like oh we know if we did that, everyone would add them and start taking advantage of that Apple Care right away.
Yeah, it's a interesting program. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think for a lot of people, um, gets Apple more services revenue. Um, yeah, I mean, it seems like a pretty good win to me.
Yeah, were you surprised the Vision Pro was eligible? Like I was like, oh, surely they're just not going to include the most expensive Apple Care plan as a part of this, but they did. I guess this is the one time that they're like, we'll give you guys a break here. You guys are most dedicated of customers here.
And I think they know. I mean, outside of um, the glass cracking issue, which I haven't heard much from about
I've got
lately.
two on mine.
Two now. Oh boy.
Yeah, I got a top one and a bottom one. They don't bother me too much. It's at some point I'll get it swapped out when it's like reasonable to do so.
Yeah. I just wonder if they're more, if they're relatively reliable devices. It's like not really, the return, the claims on Vision Pros maybe aren't that high, or I don't know. Like you said,
Yeah,
I think it's
I'm so curious. I'm so curious as to how the display longevity will be on these things. Like, how many years will I get before I get some display hiccups where it gets expensive if I was out of Apple Care? I don't know. This is a new type of display, and we're not sure longevity there, right?
I do kind of wish, if this would have been around um 8 months ago, whatever it was, 9 months ago. I was looking at eBay for my Vision Pro, and
Mm.
Apple Care was the reason I went and bought from
Yeah,
Apple.
because you need to be the original owner to add Apple Care to a device.
Yeah, so I didn't want to risk it with something that, even though I was could have been saving a lot of money, like you were just saying, repairs could get expensive, and so I just went with going through Apple and getting Apple Care.
Yeah, no, makes sense. And I've gone through Apple Care twice for my Vision Pro. Both of them related to that battery cord, which inevitably gets some kind of right angle knot in it
Yep.
somehow. I don't know what's going on with that. This cord's it's lasting longer. It's starting to show some signs of not being great. I don't know what I do with this thing. I just it sits by my side. I wish there was a better cord technology. But so the first time was uh totally covered, no fee at all. The second time was the $29 replacement fee type thing. And evidently, someone on Reddit had some issues with their like light seal, the warping, and like the solo knit band not working properly, and they had to pay full price even with Apple Care. So I don't know if that's a one-off instance or if that's the standard experience with things that like it's weird because Apple Watch bands I know from personal experience they have been covered for one time per watch.
Okay.
So like the solo loop ripped, and then a year later, the replacement ripped because those bands have like a 1 year life evidently for how I put them on. And the second time around, they're like, nope, there was nothing we can do for you. So, but at least with this one, I actually had for the battery cord, I had a like fee. So I wonder, yeah, I wonder if that's just a bad instance with that one case or if that's the standard thing.
Yeah, back in the day, that's how it used to be with the before they were earpods, the headphones that came with the iPhones. I know
Mm-hmm.
I had to return a few, and they were just kind of covered under the Apple Care of the phone.
Yeah, the earpods. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my AirPods, I've got two sets of AirPod Pro 2s, one with Lightning, one with USB C. And I'll use the USB C ones just with my Vision Pro mostly and treat them very delicately. But my Lightning ones, the mic's totally shot in like one of them. Transparency mode doesn't quite work as it should. Like I can tell the difference immediately when I put them on. And it's just, they're there. And when the AirPods Pro 3 come out, those will be just deprecated even further and probably sold off in some way. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice having multiple pairs, be able to cycle through them and stuff like that. As Marco talks about, it's definitely nice to have a backup pair and all that. And I've got the Beats Solo Buds, which are still a mainstay of my use. And that battery life is just incredible, lasts me through multiple days of work. And those are workhorses for sure.
Hmm. Don't sleep on the Beats headphones, people. I mean, I know they have this reputation that they still shouldn't have after what 10 years after Apple bought
Yeah,
them, but
no, they're a good AirPods replacement for many
yeah,
uses. Yeah, for sure.
I love my Beats. I still use mine, the original Studio Buds
Yep.
with my Vision Pro, and it's been working pretty well.
Good. Yeah. So yeah, that's the Apple Care One talk. And you'll probably sign up, assuming you're able to. You're still in the introductory year of the Vision Pro, and I'm not sure if that's will tie you up with that stuff. I don't think it will, but yeah, I think you'll definitely save some money here.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. As someone said on Mastodon, I wish there was a button of just like register everything for automatically. Let's just do this here. But surely it'll be simple enough to get everything up and running. Yeah, my iPad Pro has the whatever multiple year coverage thing, and I'm just waiting for the battery to get low enough where I can get an express replacement on that thing to get that screen replaced.
Hmm.
So I got some scratches that aren't enough to warrant an Apple Care replacement, but once the battery goes low enough, I can get it.
Hmm. Absolutely.
So, besides Apple Care 1 launching tomorrow, Disney Plus has me very excited about what's launching for the Vision Pro tomorrow. And that is a brand new alien environment. And this thing looks really rad. So Alien is my favorite film franchise of all time. And they're doing this in basically because of the new FX show launching on August 12th. The Alien Earth show, which I'm very excited about. Really think that'll be fantastic, what they've been doing and showing previews of. But so it'll have 30 plus panoramic spatial images dropping throughout the season. And they're launching a new immersive environment called Alien Earth Contaminate Room. And I'm not sure. It seems like those 30 plus panoramic images, like they might have like 30 different environments within here somehow that kind of cycle through. I don't quite know. But this looks very exciting. You're on the Nostromos, for what I can tell so far. I don't know if it'll expand into the TV show as well. But I'm all for being just sitting, chilling on the Nostromo, getting some work done as well. Throw up the Mac Virtual Display in there, and you just that'll be great.
So everything you just said to me sounded Greek. I haven't watched any of the Alien movies.
Oh, Riley, you're disappointing me here. This is one of the classic film series of all time here.
But I do, the Disney Plus app, those environments are really nice. I live in the Marvel one, of course. But yeah, I'm gonna try this out when it, even though I don't know anything about Alien, I'm gonna try this out when it launches and give it a shot.
And evidently there will be interactive elements and sounds that make the space come to life, which is something the SpongeBob environment does in the Paramount Plus app if you haven't tried that yet.
Okay.
So there'll be interactive elements. I wonder if you could tap something and an alien jumps out of you or something. That'll be. I doubt they'll do that. It's probably the computers and stuff you can interact with. But yeah, you have homework of watching Alien and Aliens. So and if you enjoy those, there are others I would highly recommend watching as well. But yeah, so the Disney Plus app, a lot of good stuff in there, and we got some new ones that are available today as this releases. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I hope. I think I've seen this request, I think, since the product launched. But letting apps contribute their environments to like the system and just have them available wherever.
Yeah, it's baffling that's not a thing yet. Like,
yeah,
there should be another page of things you can access, and those would be the third-party environments.
That would be amazing. I mean, it's great, I guess, marketing for the developers too, in a way. But like, I hope that comes I don't know. It can drop whenever. I hope they don't even need to do a major release. Just
Yeah,
should be able to
no,
just make that
be great.
available.
Now, the next thing I wanted to bring up here in our grab bag episode is the PlayStation blog released a little press blog post, I should say, about this beta firmware coming out for PS5. This is the thing that allows you to pair your DualSense or DualSense Edge to multiple devices, 4 devices. They're going to do a thing where you hit the square button for one pairing, you hit the triangle button to switch to another pairing. So you can have up to 4. And the thing that caught my eye here is when Apple announced alongside Sony at WWDC, they basically announced on the same day that, it's going to be easier to pair to multiple devices with iOS 26, Vision OS 26, and all that. And Sony had a little tweet go out that same day that this would be happening. I thought, Sense controllers were announced today for the Apple Vision Pro. Naturally, this means they worked on this, so people that already have those could easily go back and forth between their PS5 and their Apple Vision Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Curiously, this blog post has no mention of the Sense controllers, just the DualSense. So the VR controllers seem to be at least now excluded from this feature. I guess they want you to buy 2 sets of controllers to easily move back and forth between devices. I hope this isn't true, and this is just like we didn't mention it because of whatever reason. Do you think we'll get this easy pairing for for the Sense controllers, or are they leaving it out for now for some reason?
Well, not having used the Sense controllers yet, I would think. So obviously, the DualSense for the PS5 um, has a lot of use cases. Obviously, with your PlayStation, using them with PC or Mac, and then your phone, your
Mm-hmm.
tablet, whatever. But the Sense controllers, really, it's just the Vision Pro, right? That
Well, not necessarily. There is a PC adapter for the PSVR 2.
Mhm.
So you can actually use the PSVR 2 headset along with the controllers on PC as well. So this issue would come up there as well of wanting to pair them with both PC and your PS5.
Okay.
And I'd imagine this would, if they did this, it would work as a pair versus just a single one because each Sense controller has 2 of the face buttons. So circle and cross are in one of them, and triangle and square are on the other one. So I'd imagine it could work the same way, just it functions as a pair versus a single controller. But I don't know if there's some struggle with that having 2 controllers at play here.
Well, I was just wondering from a development effort perspective if there are fewer use cases, and if one of them is like the Vision Pro, um, I could see Sony and Apple negotiating like who's going to pay for like us to do this because like we don't need to do this. This isn't something we need to do. Like,
No.
so I wonder if there's maybe a question of funding an effort that doesn't have as much of a return potentially as the normal DualSense controllers. Um,
Yeah, I don't know.
but hopefully, yeah,
Um,
hopefully it just shows up when this feature launches and just works,
yeah. Now you don't have a PSVR 2 yet. You own a PS5.
right?
Um, at what price point would the controllers need to be for you to just wait and get a PSVR 2 when it's on sale for like $350 during the holidays? Like, is there a threshold where it's like, I might as well just get the whole setup at $350 whenever it drops on a sale?
Well, as you know, I make questionable financial decisions. So
Sure, as we do in the
as
tech space.
as we do, I in my mind 200 is as high as I want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Realistically, I feel like these will probably be 250 or 300.
The controllers,
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna gouge us, man.
they're gonna gouge us. I
And
don't know if they go more than 150s where I think they should be
mhm.
at the high point. 200's like the crazy gouging price. I don't know if they'll go more than 200.
I just have to so I could see myself inching up to 250, but after that, I would
It's like after that, $100 more, let me get the headset. So.
yeah, and the only thing that would change that is if there was some really compelling game or use case on the Vision Pro in between that time of, September
Yeah.
and Black Friday that I
Right.
was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
"Man, I gotta get in on this."
Yeah.
That would
I'll
be
be
the
curious
thing.
to see what the developer support is at launch. That'll be very interesting to see. Hopefully,
Dude,
I hope Synth Riders. I hope Synth Riders is updated day one. So that's one of my favorite PSVR2 experiences. It'd be nice to have something more similar to that for
no,
Vision Pro.
I haven't looked into this yet, but I'm hoping Apple's kinda learned its lesson from the Apple TV. And I'm assuming developers can make games that require controllers, and it's not like you have to support both.
I would hope so.
Because like, that just if you wanna stop any momentum dead in its tracks, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'm hoping they're this is obviously to encourage, existing games to come to Vision Pro, but, I'm hoping they will allow developers just to require the hand controllers.
Yeah. Apple TV, I'm shocked they never did like a gaming console edition of the Apple TV, like Apple TV Gaming, where you could buy a different Apple TV that comes with a controller, maybe more storage and something that makes it more like a game console. But they never did it. And the Apple TV OS never really matured to a point where I believe developers have no assurance that their games won't just be nuked from the system memory because of how that OS works, which is a shame.
Yeah, I think they would need, even with the efficiency of the A series chips, I would think they would need, like, to really compete in that space, you'd probably need to bump up to an M series, and you'd probably need to rethink. I would think you'd want to rethink the cooling to get,
Right.
to approach, console level performance. Um,
Yeah, do the Mac
and
Mini cooling system in there.
yeah, exactly, and that's going to drive up the cost of what's already. I think it's still the most expensive like streaming box.
Yes, it is.
I mean, it's unfortunately worth it because everything
It's the
else is
best.
like trash. But
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. It would have been interesting for them to try that, but um, Apple and gaming, they're really trying now. I can feel them really trying, but
They're trying, but it's like I also know it's like it's I don't know. It's like someone trying about something they really uh, they just suck. Where they don't care. They don't love gaming. They just they don't love it. And you can tell like Sony and Nintendo love it and Microsoft they're I don't quite know I don't know if they truly love it. They just they bought Halo that was announced for the Mac, and their whole foundation is just built on
yeah.
just buying stuff up and asserting their past. I don't know. I mean, I know Phil Spencer loves gaming and stuff, but I don't know if Satya Nadella quite does.
I won't derail us by going on. I
Yeah.
have a big Microsoft rant at this point, but
Yeah. Oh, the layoffs. Yes, yes,
just the whole. Don't get me started.
Yeah, we won't. But yeah, but Apple, similar to Microsoft, I don't think they less so. Even less so than Microsoft. Microsoft cares at least. They have Xbox Online. Apple even less so. They just don't care. They created this whole in-app purchase like incentive for the free-to-play games that have just taken over that mobile space. Like if you remember back to the 2010 iPad, that was a golden era of
Mm,
great iPad games where you could buy
mhm.
Scrabble for $10 and have the Scrabble tile board. You could buy Plants vs Zombies for $10. Like, and it was a good experience. And then very quickly it derailed to something just horrific. So Apple does not understand what enjoyable gaming is. I don't think.
Do you remember Nova?
Yes, the
Yeah.
shooter.
Mhm.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
Game Loft, I think,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Gameloft made
Oh
a
man.
early career by ripping off console games, but, like, they were
That
good.
was that was like a Halo ripoff,
It
I
was
think.
100% a Halo ripoff, but it was a good game.
Yeah, there were some good things back in the day, man. I miss those there, and you can't even really install those today. Like there's, even if I think if you have original iPhones and stuff, I don't think you can re-download a lot of those. But anyways, fun tangent. Something I also saw on Reddit as far as gaming in Division Pro is a lot of people are doing like Elgato capture cards, hooking up to their Mac using Mac Virtual Display to get things like the Switch 2 in the Vision Pro, which I think that's a brilliant kind of idea of like let's use Mac Virtual Display to kind of like get an HDMI input into the Vision Pro because currently there's no good way to do that. That's something I do hope future Vision Pros have a way of like let us use USB-C to hook stuff up to it in that way.
Yeah, because you can kind of do stuff like that with the Quest. I mean, at least PCVR can work with the cable,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I have
Right?
seen
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
other things. Although I've never gotten it to work well, that's like a weekend project. I need to. I'll be honest, I haven't been touching my Quest much in some time, uh,
Yeah.
which is bad because it's not. Yeah, I'm not knocking it. It's actually a good product, but
It is. Yeah.
you
You
know,
have the Quest 3.
yeah,
Yeah. No, I hear it's good. I've never owned a Quest, but I hear they're good.
it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'd love a way because I think so. I think it was on your show I heard this, right? That like the developer strap supports like Ethernet now or something with the for the Vision Pro.
And Vision OS 26,
Yeah, yeah, okay.
which I don't know if I need to invest in that. I don't. My bedroom does not have Ethernet currently, so I don't know if it's worth it for me quite yet. But
No, I
yeah,
should. I should. I'll-
because you have a developer account, so you could just order it if you wanted it. All right.
yeah, I haven't. I have, like every developer, I have a bunch of stuff started. I
Mm-hmm.
just need to get something far enough along to justify buying developer, the developer
No, I
strap.
get it. Yeah,
I just don't want to waste the
it's
money.
yeah. The moment they add like developer strap can hook up a Thunderbolt hub to it, then I'm on board. But Ethernet's not quite there as far as its abilities. So hopefully that stuff gets added in the future. And then I guess I just want to. The last thing on my list here is just the M4 or M5 Apple Vision Pro, like whatever this next chip update is. Are you? I feel like I'm pretty set with my M2. The fans are, going and it gets hot, but I don't know. I don't know if the M4 M5 will make the Apple Vision Pro run cool, or if it just gives it more headroom. Like I'm not. I'll be curious to see what this revision does whenever it comes out.
The fan thing I feel like is for me has been a Vision OS 26 thing. Like the first time I put Beta 1 on there, I'm like, what in the world is that sound? Because just putting it on, the fan spun up, and maybe it's always done that, and I've never noticed it. But on 26, it's like super obvious.
Yeah. And the fan, it's engineered in a way to like hide its noise so you can't tell it's actually going when it is. So
Yeah.
it's interesting you actually noticed it, yeah.
Um. Yeah, I guess obviously we don't know, what the M5 is going to bring. I mean, so far, year over year, M series updates have been about 20% improvements in performance, roughly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which all these chips are so fast, like it's fine. I'm
Yeah,
not complaining
totally.
about that.
And we
And I
already
don't,
have 16 gigs of RAM in the Vision
yeah,
Pro. I don't think they'll up that anymore.
it's not been clear to me that RAM has ever been an issue so
Yeah,
far.
because you can have like unlimited windows and it seems to do a good job remembering that stuff.
Yeah, so I think they would keep that. Um, And I don't think we're on a process shrink. I think I guess we would be going from, so M4 versus M5, I think we'll be in the same
Right. Yeah, it'll be
process.
process shrink from M2.
Yeah. So I mean, I saw that latest report that says it's getting the M4, not the M5, like we
Yeah, I'm
thought.
not sure who knows what. So it'll be something better, but yeah. And then the new headband, which I'm curious to see what they create. I don't know if it'll be any better than the Belkin's trap added to the solo loop or whatever, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, while I do make lots of poor decisions financially around tech, I'm not currently planning to upgrade my Vision Pro anytime soon. It would have to be. I don't even know what they could do to get me to upgrade.
Yeah, I think like Vision Pros, like you know how they joke iPads have such a long life cycle. Like the
Yeah,
Vision Pro, I think it's in that territory where it's like, once every 7 years, so maybe I'll consider an update kind of thing. Like
yeah,
I'm very happy with the current hardware. It's I've got it set up now with a comfort level, which is good and all that. But and I really wish the field of view was much greater than it is. But even if they improve that, like let me just ride this out and see how much better I can get it for the next $4,000 I spend.
yeah. I mean, we'll see when. What are they saying? 2027 for the actual Vision Pro 2 or something. Like that'll be redesigned versus
Yeah,
like the spec
the
bump
spec
this next
bump.
one's supposed to be. We'll see what things look like then. Hopefully by that point they figured out how to get it cheaper, and then we can build this ecosystem um, beyond just us super nerds. Like
Yeah,
get regular people in here. Because the price has made it really hard to have like real conversations about the Vision Pro online, especially.
yeah.
It's
People, it's a joke to many people. It's like
Yeah.
it's
You can't people can't separate the price from the product and can't recognize that it is a good product that just costs too much money. Like
yes.
it's if online it's like it sucks because it's, $3,000, $4,000, whatever.
I
Um
can't wait till Samsung introduces their price point for their unreleased product and it's Vision Pro pricing.
and I think they already said what, 100,000 or something they're making.
Yeah, because
Um
they know, like Apple people will there'll be enough to buy it at the quantities they have, and like Samsung much less so. Even though they do make expensive products,
mhm.
I think they're more realistic in the fact that they won't go as far as some Apple people will with that stuff.
Yeah. I'm anxious just to see it in general. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how I will ever be able to get my hands cuz I think they're just releasing it in South Korea. I think for the
Oh,
first.
is that right? I didn't realize that actually.
And these could all be rumors,
I'd believe it though. I would believe that to be true.
but I love to get my hands on one because I mean there's not much that caught my attention except for obviously the use of Gemini as part of their experience
Yeah, I'm
in
just curious what
their
the
XR.
I'm curious what the next generation displays look like, because it's like the next step from what Vision. It'll be a future glimpse as to what Vision Pro might look like internally, this display wise.
I am already annoyed though. You can just see the headlines like this.
Better, yeah.
Yeah, this 2-year old. It's 2 years newer, but it's going to be like this. $3,000 thing has better displays than your $3,500 Vision Pro. It's like, well, of
Mm-hmm.
course it does. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's newer. Yeah,
like,
of
ugh,
course. Yeah, of
yeah,
course. Yeah,
it's how technology works.
and it's that also it brings an interesting point that the spec bump to the Apple Vision Pro. It's not a screen. We have not heard that they would actually use these new screens, which I don't know. Does it take redesigning any part of the Vision Pro to pop in the next generation displays? 'Cause it might, and they might have to do different engineering to put those in. I wonder if it is easy enough to do that. I wonder if they would actually put the put new displays in there that make us all jealous. Yeah,
I'd love for them to do that. I feel like I don't know. I'm being influenced by these reports now, and
that's just a spec bump.
the suggestion is they're just trying to run off excess inventory, so just keeping as much the same as possible.
Yeah.
Um, which may or may not be true. I don't know.
Mm.
Um, but I would think. I mean, they can do anything they want to. It's just how much they want to invest in a redesign right now at where the product is and where the market is. Like
Totally.
any level of like redesigning what they have.
Yeah, and yeah, I
Like,
wonder what the displays if it would require redesign or not. Probably yes. Like anything you change, like probably
mhm,
does. And going from an M2 to M4 or 5, probably not much re-engineering because it's just a more efficient chip that's smaller and
mhm.
less. You're not needing to redesign the cooling system for something that's less hot.
I wouldn't mind if seems like they could give us I want to say a bigger battery, but at the same time, this thing is already kind of big, so maybe I don't want it to be.
I desperately want, like, if you want to like have the option to, like, you go in the store, let me buy something that's twice as big.
Yeah. Hmm.
I don't know how close we are to not being able to travel on an airplane with it though. I wonder what that
Yeah,
lit is.
that's
Probably
true.
we have probably have a lot of headroom because I've seen some pretty big batteries. So yeah, I would like to see one that has more capacity as an option, not the standard, but as just as an option.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, that'd be interesting to see. But you know, for me, Vision Pro, what I'm looking forward to, obviously the Sense controllers. I'm on the fence about the Logitech Muse stylus thing.
Yeah, I want to see what that price point is. Do you have
Yeah.
guesses on that one? It's a pen. The Pencil Pro is 129.
Hmm.
Is it more or less than the Apple Pencil? Is the question.
I think it should be less, but I think it will be more. I think
I
it'll
think
be.
it might be 150,
I'm thinking 150 as well. I think it.
which will hurt, but I think I'll have to get one.
I'll be very interested in the use cases kind of beyond what they showed at WWDC. Um, that may convince me to buy one at some point, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, definitely. But definitely want the. I definitely want the gaming controllers. However, I obtain them if it's through separately or through a full PSVR2 purchase.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
wonder what the eBay pricing is on PSVR 2. That could be another avenue to get discounted controllers and the headset itself.
that's a good point.
Yeah. As far as the last thing I forgot, I also had in here any accessory regrets for the Vision Pro that you have made. Stephen Robles reminded me that I stupidly purchased the battery holster that I use once and never again because I realized this is very unnecessary and I don't know why I bought this plastic kind of holster for the battery. I think that thing was like $50 or something stupid too.
Doesn't surprise me,
Yeah.
pricing wise. For me, it would really just be the Apple case for the Vision Pro. I For a while I was storing it in there, but
Mm-hmm.
now I just kind of store it on my desk so I can get to it easier.
Do you have a
Um,
stand or anything at the desk, or is it just on the table there?
I have this Elgato. It's not a stand per se, but it
Like a
keeps your
charging dock type
not
thing?
even. It's a piece of rubber, man. It's a piece of
Okay.
rubber that just keeps the Vision Pro off the desk.
I see. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but
Now
I
remind me, did you get your Vision Pro before or after there was good aftermarket ones? Like I think is Belkin makes their case now, right?
right. I don't think the Belkin was available
Okay.
when I got mine. I got mine
So
in like September, maybe October.
okay, so Waterfield Designs would have been the only other option that was similar price point.
Yeah, and I didn't wanna wait for one thing, which is stupid because I wasn't going anywhere. It's not like I was
Sure.
traveling, but like I said, I stored it in that, at first, but now, like,
Hmm.
just even I haven't taken my Vision Pro out yet. I do think about taking it to the office sometimes,
Yeah.
and the thought of, like, I know the Belkin one just looks more normal and not like, I don't want my
You're not going to the moon.
yeah, like, I don't want my Vision Pro case to stand out. It's not a thing I need to
Yeah.
happen, you know?
Yeah, I personally love that case. I find it really easy to put it in and out at night, leaving it all hooked up and stuff. But it is huge, and I do understand the desire for the smaller ones. Um,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people at the very beginning were using the plastic or whatever the insert in the Apple Vision Pro box you get
Mm,
as like the thing you put on your desk because it gives you a nice stand kind of out of the box, which is cool.
yeah. Yeah, I didn't hate using it as the case just to keep it in.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know, I just wanted it nicely on my desk, really. Again, I can't I know you mentioned stands, and I just can't, like, all the stands I've seen, the prop the Vision Pro up and it's kinda dangling or I don't know, it just looks like it's
Yeah,
hanging on for dear life, and I just can't Like I don't want.
And
I
then,
don't.
did you have any cats? Is that a worry as well in your house?
Dogs, just
I
dogs.
hear that we hear the dogs. They'll be at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
podcast here, which is fine.
I have
Not too
no idea
bad,
what's
but
going
yeah.
on, but
All
uh,
good. But yeah,
but yeah, no. Yeah, I know. That's my only regret so far. But
this is the case. Yeah, yeah.
I do plan on getting the Belkin at some point, but um, just
hundred
haven't
bucks or
been able to
whatever.
justify it.
It's
Yeah,
not nothing. Yeah.
yeah. One day.
One day. Yeah. Well, thank you for joining me tonight and kind of going through all this kind of hodgepodge of different topics here. A lot of cool stuff happening, especially today as this releases. So check out Disney Plus and save $5 with Apple Care One. Both of those I'll be doing tomorrow or today, I guess, as this releases. So, where can folks follow you on the interwebs and do all that good stuff?
SlatePad.org will get you to where you need to go. You get my writing there, link to my YouTube channel where I am right now kind of focused on iPad and iPad OS 26, and the public beta will be coming out any day now. Um, but I also sneak some Vision Pro stuff in there too. Still working out the content creation piece of that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, SlatePad.org.
Excellent. Yeah, that is a hard thing to do good captures on to not make people sick and all that, and you're looking at the right place. It's very tricky. It's much harder than say an iPad for those captures. Well, thank you so much, Riley. Really appreciate your time tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Well, that's my discussion with Riley, all about just random Vision Pro stuff. Make sure to check out SlatePad for all of that he's up to. You can support this podcast over at visionpros.fm/Patreon or by subscribing in Apple Podcasts. With that, I'll talk with everyone again real soon.